Okay, we're going to continue with the quadratic formula. We're going to do the discriminant, which is the b squared minus 4ac, which is underneath the radical for these things. You can see at the bottom it says the job description is to tell you how many solutions there will be. So if we think about this for a moment, if we're going to be doing plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, the first thing that can happen is that b squared minus 4ac is positive. If it's a positive number, then I'm going to be adding and subtracting a positive number. So I'll have negative b plus or minus a positive number, so I have to do two different problems. And we have two solutions. Second thing that can happen, b squared minus 4ac could be negative. If it's negative, I'm going to add or subtract the square root of a negative, add and subtract. So 2 times I will be working with an imaginary number. So I'll have negative b over 2a plus or minus whatever their dealings with the I is. That's why we did that in section 4.4. And when b squared minus 4ac is negative, I would have two complex solutions. Complex solutions do not cross the x-axis. So this one would have two x-intercepts up here, two x-intercepts, 0 x-intercepts, and finally if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, if it's equal to 0, we have the plus or minus 0. The plus or minus disappears. I get negative b over 2a, and I will have one real root or solution, and we call this a double root when there's only one. So this guy touches the x-axis twice, two x-intercepts. X-intercepts. This guy will touch it not at all, 0 x-intercepts. And this guy has 1 x-intercept. It says here how many solutions are there for each of them. So you can tell a lot about the problem before you even start doing the x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So if I was going to do this first one, identify your a, b, and c, and then if they're only asking me for how many solutions are there, I'm just going to do b squared minus 4ac, and I'm going to get positive 25 plus 48, which is like 73, I believe. I got a positive solution. If it's positive, then I get two real roots, or two real solutions. It crosses the axis at two spots. Now notice, I didn't solve it. They didn't ask me to. We'll solve that one in a second. But let's keep this in mind for a little bit. Next one, a is 16, b is negative 16, c is 4. This would be one where they're asking us for to find the roots of the equation. This one you're looking for the zeros. Zeros and roots are the same thing. B squared minus 4ac. I believe this is 256 minus 256. I get 0. I get one real root, also known as a double root. Let's keep that one in mind. We'll finish solving that one in a little bit. This one, be a little bit careful. The first thing we need to do is move the 3 over. And A is 4, B is -4, C is 3. And again, we're going to do B squared minus 4AC, 16 minus 48, negative 32. This has 2 complex roots, or 0 real roots. If they're complex with the I, then they're not real. So how do we utilize these answers to our advantage? Things get actually a little bit easier here, because I already know for this first one, I already found b squared minus 4ac was equal to 73. Well, watch how quickly this goes. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Well, I'm already done with that. All over 2a. So I am quickly to 5 over 2 plus or minus the square root of 73 over 2. Square root of 73 is a prime number. There's nothing more I can do. Here's my 2 real roots in exact form. I could bust out the calculator in order to get the decimal equivalent. I'll let you do that on your own. Try the next one. Let's remember what it was first. The discriminant was 0. There was a double root. If the discriminant is 0, I'm going to do x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of 0 all over 2 times a. I get 16 over 32. I get a half. A half. So there's one solution. We have one real root. We have a double root, and it occurs at x equals 1/2. And finally, I think I had negative 32 on this guy. Let's transfer this over. 4n squared minus 4n plus 3 equals 0. And I get x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of negative 32. Remember, we did that. My b squared minus 4ac. When you do that separately, it's going to eliminate a lot of errors that can be made underneath the square root when you try to do it all together. All over 2a. I get 4 plus or minus. Let's break down the square root of negative 32. Square root of negative 1, square root of 16, square root of 2, 4i root 2. I get 4i root 2 all over 8. Split them up. 4 over 8 plus or minus 4i root 2 over 8. 1/2 plus or minus I root 2 over 2. 4 over 8, 1 over 2. There's my 2 complex solutions, no real roots. And that's it. So the last thing that you can now finish up your day 2 of your quadratic formula homework is just the discriminant. So they're going to ask you how many roots. That means do the discriminant, see if it's positive, negative, or 0. And now you can finish all of the homework from chapter 4. And we've got a homework check coming up soon. Have a great day.